introduce Sean.
So we got Shawnee, Vegas, 33. She's an Aquarius, cosmetologist, hairstylist, mom to a 10-year-old Aquarius. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
Honest, God-fearing, someone that loves to have fun. My passion is dancing. So aside from that, I teach. So someone that is just able to let me be myself. Someone stable mentally. Let's see. I mean, it's pretty simple. Like someone that can have a conversation with me. A lot of guys that I meet out here, especially, they just want to skip to certain things. And that's why I've been single for so long. So yeah, I'm like, I really want to enjoy a conversation. I want to get to know you. I want a guy that just knows me inside and out. Like I don't have to tell him anything about me. He just kind of can take that time to get to know everything. If that makes sense.
How would he get to know everything about you if you don't tell him?
Well, I mean, even though that didn't make sense, you're right. But I'm talking about like the times when, just the simple things, like how they'll notice when you smile, you have like a little, your nose crinkles or, just different things that I don't have to tell them as well as tell them, if that makes sense.
My recommendation always is women, when you have children, the priorities of the children come first. It's always like that, especially when you have girls. Because you can't just bring anyone around your children, especially your girls. So you have to be doubly scrutinizing of the people that come into your life. You have to have decent enough standards where you can properly vet. No one says vetting leads to optimized outcomes. No one says that, but we're trying to weed out certain people. It should not be about somebody making you tingle or somebody making you goo-goo eyed. It should be, is this person a proper individual to bring around my child? Is this person a proper individual who would be potentially a good father for my child? That's what mothers should be looking for when they're looking for men. Okay, that should be second. That should be the first priority first.
No, it makes sense in my head. But I know what I'm talking about. Like things I just don't have to tell him. Like you should know what's going to make me upset. You should know what's going to make me upset by hanging around with me. Like
so he should know what to make you upset.
Yeah.
And, okay, let's just.
Man, she has hard hands. If you look at the hands, she has hard hands. She's a beautiful woman with beautiful skin. She has beautiful skin. She's caramel colored, dark skin, darkish caramel color. Beautiful girl, a little overweight, tattoos, nose ring, braids, hair. I mean, she got a whole bunch of shit going on. I mean, you can work with her. She got one child. Her kid is 10. The child can talk. The child can speak. All of those good things. I mean, you can work with it, I guess.
Let's talk about this in a realistic manner, right? Not in the fairy tale manner. You just, the more you're around a person, the more you get to know them. Nothing but time spent together determines that. Like, men aren't mind readers. And I think if most people that are in relationships, it takes you start to kind of know a person 6 months in, maybe by a year, you could really pretty much peg a person.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I will agree if they want to know you, because you can waste a year, and I've seen that. So you can waste a year if they want to get to know you. Well, you could waste a year if he's not genuinely trying to get to know you. If his intentions or even her intentions aren't real, you could waste that year because they're just wanting something different, or they just want to kind of string you along type of thing.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well, that's not what somebody who has children is supposed to do. You're supposed to be vetting. You're supposed to be vetting as well as you can. I'm not saying vetting is 100%. Of course, it's not 100%. We know that. But certain things you can rule out. You can rule out murderers, child molesters, people who don't have jobs. You can rule out these specific things, okay? And what you're supposed to be doing right now is ruling out those kind of things. It shouldn't be based on what gets tingly between the legs. And you seem like you're thinking you want to get with the tingly between the legs before you think of anything else.
That's what I'm saying, like, genuinely wants to get to know me. Like,
someone said, Kendra, it sounds like she wants to date Professor X from X-Men.
What?
Because you want a mind reader.
Oh, okay. No, not really.
All right, what's the deal breaker?
You can observe. Deal breakers are lazy, dishonest, that's really it. Just lazy and dishonest.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
I'm open to all races, all types. Just as long as he looks good in his own right, like he can make sure that he looks good how he wants to present himself, then I'm good with that.
He's good with that. Okay. What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
Just enough to support himself. I'm not. Yeah.
You know what? I'm getting tired of you women getting on here talking about just enough to support himself. You know full well that it takes money to support a household. If you want a man to move in with you, and you want the man to be able to make enough money where he can provide for you, why you just don't say that? See, y'all problem is y'all get shamed. Y'all problem is y'all get shamed. Black men come on here talking about all she wants is my money. No, motherfucker. And that's the whole point. I don't give a damn whether you think I deserve it or I don't. If you want a provider, then stand on it and ask for it. Black women have gotten shamed into saying, oh, that's all he got to do is take care of himself. That's all he got to do is be able to provide for himself. No. 9 times out of 10, that motherfucker's coming over your house, living under your roof, putting his feet under your motherfucking table, which means he need to make enough money to help provide and protect in that household. So stop telling men that they don't need to provide nothing but money for themselves. They need to provide more than that. They should want to provide more than that if they're coming over there. 9 times out of 10, she's going to meet a guy that's going to look at her and say, hey, I want to come over there and provide for you. Then that's what you need to ask for. Because some of these motherfuckers wrong with this 50-50 bullshit and just, oh, I got a kid, so I got to go 50-50. No, if you don't want to go 50-50, then don't say that. Tell him you want him to provide. He just got to take care of himself. No. Hell no, don't do that. Don't start in the dirt. You start in the sky and you might get lucky if you get it. Don't start in the dirt.
I'm not that type of girl. I'm like the type of girl that's like, I'm good with just sitting.
And she's a goddamn cosmetology hairstylist, which means she don't have a set job, which means she's broke some of the time, which means she needs help. She's a cosmetologist. Is she successful? No, cosmetologist or a hairstyle. Is she successful with that? Who knows? The money come and go with that kind of profession. It ain't like she's a doctor. You understand what I'm saying? So she needs help. Every once in a while, she's going to need help. So my whole point is stop asking for not getting no help. Ask for help because that's what you need. And you just might get more than what you need. Okay? And that's the whole point. And when you're a man and you go over there, you know what you got to do. She has a kid. You have to deal with the kid. It is what it is. She's a beautiful woman. It works. But don't be stupid when you're going over there.
Sitting at home watching Netflix and eating popcorn, cooking dinner, hanging out with my daughter. Like, I've been a single mom since she's been born. So
which means that baby daddy ain't been nowhere around, which means you ain't got to worry about the baby daddy. He ain't nowhere to be found. That's sad. Since she been born. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the Kendra Cam.
Securities. I lost over 110 pounds over quarantine, so I'm still trying to work some things out. But
you don't have to answer. No, we didn't get there yet. Yeah, we did. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
4 years ago.
Are you waiting for a relationship?
I would, yes, please. Yes. Yeah.
She's waiting for a relationship. She's celibate. So what if you don't have a relationship in the next 2 or 3 years? So you're gonna go like 8, 9, 10 years without having a relationship, without having any kind of sexual compatibility, any kind of sexual history or relationship or situationship or anything? You're just gonna wait those 7, 8 years? That's not going to endear you to men. They don't care. They say they do, but they don't. Just don't tell them anything because they're stupid. They don't know whether you had 10 men or you've had 25 men. They don't know. They don't give a fuck. They say they do, but they own bullshit and they don't. So you being celibate makes not one bit of difference. You need to get out there and you need to find yourself a father for your child. These men out here are not interested in being fathers of other people's children, but there are men out here who will engage with you, will deal with your child, will help you with your bills, will do any of those kind of things. Now, you're a pretty young lady, lose a couple more pounds, you'll be really out there, you'll be ready to date, you'll be ready to do all of those things, okay? But don't be sitting back there on the shelf waiting for the Prince Charming, because there is no Prince Charming. There's only real men with real problems, real issues, and real trauma. I'm not saying get out there and hoe. What I am saying is it don't matter whether you hoe or you don't hoe. They don't give a fuck and and ain't no way for them to know. Meanwhile, you're not sitting on the shelf in your good years waiting for a man to show up that ain't gonna show up because you're looking for a man in a fairy tale who you want to make you tingly, and that's just not how the world works.